Camera malfunction. Ready? Hey. Ragazzi, massimo. There you go. Hey. Down. Hey. Good side to side. Hey, get your shoulders. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Hey, arms and forward. And going back. Stretch one side. And the other side. Crossing one side. Crossing the other side. Open and close. Now, before our thighs sabaki, just another exercise to always remember to maintain our core muscles engaged. Lower your hips, engage your core muscles, and with those core muscles engaged, just simply rotate side to side. Just feel what is a very basic body movement. Okay, rotate from one side to the other side while maintaining your hips down and keeping your core muscles engaged. Okay, so and relax. One more time. So basic habits. Keeping your hips down, your back straight, core muscles engaged, and rotating side. And stop again. One more time. Basic habits. Hips down, back straight, core muscles engaged, rotating side. Ish. Hey, and now remember the core muscles get engaged by two functions. One of them is the respiratory function. When you inhale, and then the diaphragm pushes everything out, and the core muscles engage in all around your belt. You know, you feel the pressure. You know, but then we should also be aware of how to maintain that core muscle engagement a little bit independent on the inhalation or the exhalation, because otherwise, you know, that would mean that we only maintain the core muscles engagement when we inhale, and at some point we have to exhale. So in basic exercise, the core muscles get engaged when we inhale, and then you can relax them when you exhale, and so on. But in practice, our core muscles have to be engaged most of the time. There is more engagement when we breathe in, but then, as we were saying, especially with ukemi, when you breathe out, and when we receive the mat, is the moment when our core muscles must remain still engaged in order to protect our lower back and our spine. So anyway, so you can engage your core muscles by simple respiratory harmony, breathing in, engage, breathing out, disengage. But it's also important to engage the core muscles regardless of the respiratory action, so you can activate them whenever they are ready, regardless of what your breathing is doing. Okay, so lower your hips, that is Salaki. For example, here, try to maintain core muscle engagement as much as possible. Okay, and obviously you will have to breathe in and breathe out. So just keep awareness and engagement of your core muscles. So, and the other side. Oh, both sides. And up and down, then G. P. Yoko. Side. Hey, what's up? And forward. Down. Oh, your knees on the back. And circles one way. Circles the other way. Eight. Down. Up. Down. Down. Up. Down. Up. Open your toes. And down. Down. Up. Down. Hey, breathing in. Breathing out. In. Out. One more. In. Go. Hey, move your hips, outside presence. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow, control. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inside presence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Knee raises. Okay, again, it's an exercise for the hip joint. But also remember to use the top motion, so there's a rotation element when you are raising your knee, engaging your core muscles, maintaining the integrity of your trunk, while you're also working on the raising of your knees. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And keep hinges, please. Hands on your chest, shoulders back, and hinging proportionally your head and your leg as much as possible, but proportionally. That means, not your head down and then your leg, with your leg and your head at the same time. If it's just a tiny little bit, that's okay. Okay, if it's a little bit deeper, that's okay. As long as there is harmony between your leg and your feet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach. Open your legs and lower your hips as much as possible. Open your knees, your arms inside. Down, open your knees, your arms, hands inside. Down, open knees, eyes, and pivots to one side, forward. Reach. Your knees, hands inside, your knees, pivot to the other side, forward. Your knees, hands inside. Grabbing your toes, raise with your head, and hips up. And stand up. And hips, circles. One way. And circles the other way. So, open your legs and Cossacks, side to side. And a bit lower. Left side. Toes up. Side. Hand in front. Side, change. And side to side. Hey, big legs, elbow down. Forward. Back stretch. Going forward. Hips up. Hips down. Toes pointing out. Feet flat, toes pointing out if you can. And push yourself back as much as possible. Going forward again. Hips up. Hips down. Toes pointing out. And pushing yourself back as much as possible. Forward. And toes pointing as normal, just back. Okay, on your knees and your hands, let's continue reviewing the health and mobility of our pelvic area and our hips. So, all the way up as a cat, all the way down as a cow, all the way up, cat, all the way down, cow, all the way up, cat, all the way down, cow, all the way up, cat, all the way down, cow. Now moving your foot forward, okay, pushing forward to one side, pushing forward into your hip flexor, coming back to your hamstring, opening your leg at 45 degrees. Bring your legs again together, no, sorry, your feet again forward, hands in front, goes hand in the leg, goes up, and goes down, touch the ground, goes up, goes down, touching the ground, goes up, goes down, touching the ground. And change to the side. Put forward, hip flexor, and back, between your hamstring. And opening up, flexor. 5 degrees. Again, pointing forward, keeping down, close back hand to your leg, goes up and down, up, touches the ground, down, up, touches the ground, down, and release. Okay, now again on your rolling position, okay, you're basically raise your knee, open your hip up, and close it down. First of all, open your hip, open your leg up, and close it down. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down. Change the other leg. And your knees, raising your leg to the side as much as you can. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, and relax. Okay, now this time I'm going to raise, make a circle, and bring the back leg into position. Raise, make a circle, and bring the back leg into position. Once again, working on your hip mobility. Okay, so 1, circle, 2, circle, 3, circle, 4, circle, 5, circles. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up, circle, relax. Okay, so obviously our hip will be having different amount of mobility every day, a little bit. So it's important just to check how it's feeling. So this time we're going to do the same thing. We're going to circle, and we're going to shoot our leg up. Circle and down. I'm going to change this side up. Shoot the leg up, circle and circle. Remember, when we take Ukemi, for example, in Iriminage, very common one, when we come down, okay, if my partner manages to break my balance and put me all the way down, my next action is to shoot my leg as much as possible, but I'm going to recover my position, and from there, I'm going to take Ukemi or apply Aikido. But if I cannot recover my position in a more or less stable way, it's very difficult for me to either take Ukemi or apply Aikido. So my partner kind of pats my body, gets me down, my partner takes me all the way down, then I need to recover from this position. I'm going to pass my leg, okay, I'm going to pass my leg around, and then from that position, I will recover in order to apply Ukemi Waza or Kaishi Waza. But in order to do that, we need to first be able to pass our leg around our body, which many times it's a matter of hip health. Okay, so in this position, one leg makes a circle and pass and sit. Circle around and your full hands and knees. Make a circle, pass and sit. And back and sit. Make a circle, pass and sit. Back and sit. Circle, pass, back. Circle, pass, back. The other side. Pass and back. Pass and back. Pass and back. Pass and back. One more. Pass and back. Right. So once again, when the person breaks our balance, the sushi so deep, then we need to rely on our capacity to do basically what it will be an inside crescent. I think the very beginning of our warm-up, we do inside crescents, 1, 2, and so on. So that's basically where it is. We open the hip, pass the leg. We open the hip, pass the leg. We open the hip, pass the leg. So if my partner doesn't break my balance that much, let's say some imagery, whatever, and then it's just at this level, then the pass in the leg is not that different. Okay, so because it's almost like a step, 1 and then 2. Okay, 1 hinges and 2. So it's just passing my leg with a normal step. 1 and 2. But if my partner breaks my balance all the way down to the ground, then I cannot just simply take a step. I have to open my hip, then take a step, and then get up. So depending how you're practicing, depending how dynamic the practice is, you know, you may be able to just get away with just a simple step, but otherwise you have to use your hip, you know, to open one side to the other side. Okay. So there was one set of squats that we were doing with for our Koshinage preparation. Once again, you need to remember that the basic squats, and possibly if you have a jaw, let's just practice these for now. You know, your basic squat that we did this exercise on last two days ago with Justin, especially the front squat. You know, in the front squat, if you lose balance forward, the object that you're trying to carry will roll forward. If it's a bar with weight, then it's going to feel particularly bad, you know, because you lose your posture, you lose forward, and then the bar is going to roll forward. When you try to do your squat, you go 1, 2, the bar is just going to roll forward. So it's already a challenge enough to try to keep good posture in front squat, the shoulders here, hands there, and try to do on the squat where your bar doesn't fall forward. Okay, so your head, your shoulders, your hip are more or less hopefully on the same line. So as an exercise of basic head, shoulder, hip alignment, that is a good exercise. You may not be able to go really deep. You may not be able to go all the way down, also the deep squat and get up. You know, may not be the range you have. But even if it's a little bit, okay, we identify where do we start squatting and where do we start losing our posture. So just do a deep front squat or a front squat as deep as you can, but not as deep as you lose your posture. Okay, so as deep as your posture remains fine. Maybe just a tiny little bit, may just be here and may just be this much. That's fine. You know, go a few there, and then go a little bit lower, and do a few there. Okay, so the important thing, as with every squat, in this case, is that your knees don't collapse inwards. So that's number 1, that your knees are pointing out in your squat. And number 2, that your posture, if you put something in front of your shoulders here, that when you start squatting, whatever you have doesn't start rolling down. Don't cheat by having your arms too high, because then otherwise you're just sticking your chin and your shoulder there, and then it doesn't really matter because it doesn't fall. Got to have your hands in front of you and horizontally. If you lean forward, your jaw should roll forward. You should lose your jaw. Okay, so front squats, let's do 10 of those first. See how our basic posture is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there is an element about how the toes, how much the toes should be pointing out, and how much they should be pointing forward. At the moment, I don't want to get too technical in that part because for our purposes, you know, depending on how your hip joint is, the health of your knee, the mobility of your ankles, you may have to have your toes pointing out quite a fair bit, which is, for example, my case. Maybe that's my excuse. Okay, everything becomes more challenging if you make your toes point forward. In that moment, the motion becomes more challenging. However, for our purposes, which is Aikido training and Aikido techniques that require, you know, deep hip engagement or hip positions for Koshinage, the position of the toes is not really that relevant. It's as long as you have good stability and good range of motion, okay, and as long as your knees are not collapsing in, which has to do with the stability, the position of the toes, in my opinion, is not that relevant. If we were doing this as a purely squat exercise or as an alignment of the body exercise, then maybe, you know, pay more attention to the toes pointing forward, okay, and not opening them will challenge the exercise more. But again, for the purpose of Aikido, I don't think that it is that relevant. As long as you have good range of mobility and good stability, that's important. That's what matters. Now, obviously, the third element is that whatever action that you're performing does not create long-term chronic problems, right? So you may feel really stable, even though if your knees collapse inward. You say, no, I feel fine, you know, my knees do collapse inward, but I actually feel okay. But the knees collapsing inwards in the long term is not going to be a good thing, yeah? Because they break the alignment between your upper body, your heels are going to take a lot of the load, your knees are not supporting your legs properly, and maybe today you don't feel problematic, but in the long term, that habit is not a good habit. So as long as you don't develop habits that are, you know, going to develop injury, as long as you have good stability, and as long as you have a reasonable range of motion, then exact position of the toes, I don't worry too much. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Put it on the top of your shoulders. Okay, hands in front. Okay, first of all, hopefully you are standing up and fingers fold, because sometimes we have such a bad bending posture that even from the very beginning, let alone doing the squat, maybe from the very beginning, our posture is already not conducive, you know, to even put this thing up there, you know, because I'm already leaning forward. So first of all, fix your posture, make sure that you can put that and the thing doesn't fall forward. So your head must be really up, your shoulders should be, okay? So hopefully first fix that, and then check the range of motion that you have until that thing doesn't start coming down or going forward. Okay, now go as deep as you can. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all right, so that's exercise 1. There is a very difficult other form of this exercise where the jaw is requested to be above your head, pulling your shoulders back, and in that position. Okay, so above your head, pulling your shoulders back in that position. And from there, the idea is to do the same thing. Try to come to squat without losing too much, position forward. So for a basic squat, sometimes that is a good exercise to do. It's more challenging because you are pushing your hands back into your head and you are forcing yourself to keep your body really vertical. It's a more challenging exercise. Let's just try it and see how it feels. Okay? So put your hand, jaw up above your head. Okay, make sure that it's right above your head. So that means your shoulders and your head will be aligned. It's not in front of your head, above your head. Sometimes even this position is already a challenge, depending how our shoulders are, how tight our shoulders are. Raise your arms in this position. Sorry, I kind of feel that I'm talking a lot, but in a sense that the possibility, the importance of just checking even your basic health, shoulder health mobility, which is what is required when you're standing up here. It's important, again, from an Aikido perspective, because there are certain techniques that require shoulder rotation. For example, Ikkyo. When Ikkyo enters into my body, it requires shoulder rotation forward. Ideally, my Uke should be, my Nage should be, you know, rotating my shoulder forward. And obviously, more importantly, Shiko Nage. Okay, Shiko Nage is a technique where my partner is going to force me, my elbow to go up, which means my shoulder is going to rotate. And at some point, okay, my arm is almost going to be vertical to my body, and from that position, I'm going to take. Okay, so Ikkyo works on the rotation going forward, and if I do Shomuchi and my partner applies Ikkyo, it's going to work on rotation forward on my shoulder. If I'm working on Shikonage is going to work backwards on the rotation of my shoulder. So to have certain mobility, good mobility on your shoulder is also very important. But let's go back to our So go up here and okay, above your body, checking your shoulders, you know, back straight. And now go down and see how much you can go without losing that posture, without the jaw going forward. Down and up. Down and up. And then try to go lower a little bit every time. And up, down, and up, down, and up. You're losing too much of that posture. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and relax. Okay, so those two set of squats, either with the shoulders, hands in front, forearm squat, or an overhead squat, both of them will challenge very strongly your posture, the mobility of your hips, and how much you can do that. Anyway, so those are good preparatory squat exercises. For our purpose of this week, what we've been studying has been the position for our cushion. So put your jaw in front of you, touching your legs, your hips, and now open your legs, shoulders width apart for the moment, okay? And go down, making sure that the jaw follows your legs. At no point the jaw separates from your legs. And so your legs, and down to your legs, and up. Down to your legs, to your knees, and up. No point the jaw separates. Try to keep your head up, do not lean with it. That's why we were doing the previous two squats. Okay, keep your head up, down, leg, knee, up again. Down, leg, knee, up again. Down, leg, knee, up again. Good. So now we're going to continue from there. Leg, knee, all the way to your shins. Okay, leg, knee, shin, and up again. Then don't let that jaw separate from your legs. Leg, knee, shin, up again. Leg, knee, shin, up again. Leg, knee, shin, up again. Leg, knee, shin, up. Leg, knee, shin, and all right. So what we're getting there is into a basic position of the exercise that is called a deadlift, where you come into this position, you grab whatever bar you're holding that position, and then you begin your ascent without allowing the bar to separate from your body. So, so that's normally the bar is on the floor with the discs, whatever. You come in close to the bar, come into that position, hold the bar, in that position, you then lift all the way up. Okay, but in this case, we're starting on the opposite. We're starting from above. Okay, legs, knee, shin, get into that position, and come up again. Legs, knee, shin. Make sure that when you go up, it does not separate either. Leg, knee, shin, and up. One more time. Leg, knee, shin, and up. All right. So, we got into that position of the deadlift. Now, that position of the deadlift is good for a deadlift, but it is not obviously fully done for a Kuchinage. It's too low and it's too vertical. So, what we have to do for our Kuchinage, leg, knee, shin, and then put your hips up. Okay, put your hips down and get up. Leg, knee, shin, hips up, hips down, and get up. Leg, knee, shin, hips up, hips down, get up. Leg, knee, shin, hips up, hips down, leg up. Okay, so basically we're trying to kind of get into a similar position of a deadlift, but in our Kuchinage, our back has to be, our foot has to be up because that object has to stay on me. If my hip is down, of course that object is going to slide down to my back. Okay, so I get into the same position, form of the squat, my hip up, okay, and the object hopefully stays. If my hip tips the other way, then boom, the object falls behind my back. Okay, so that's why we need to be, remember, the two things that make our uke fall from our back, okay, is if my back is too angular, that position, or if my back is very curved, this position. So, because in a curved back, the uke just falls side to side. And a very angular position is not good because the uke will fall, but at least it's a more or less solid structure. A curved position is not good all round because the uke will fall, and because structurally it's a very good position for us. Okay, so let's do this one more time. Just to do the whole sequence, see if we can do it. Put your jaw above your head. Okay, make sure that it's right above your head. So that's going to fix your posture. But now, pull your jaw down towards your hips without losing that posture, hopefully, on your shoulders. Now, go all the way down to your legs, all the way down to your shin, all the way down. Pull your hip up. Calm down and rewind. All the way up and all the way above your head. Okay, so that's going to fix our posture first. Okay, yeah, in general. So that's going to fix our posture first in general. Okay, and then second is going to help us with the position for Koshinagi. All right, so hands up above your head, fixing your posture. Hands down, don't lose the posture. Down the knee, down the leg, down the knee, down the shin, hips up. Keep looking to the front. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hips down and rewind. One more time. Above the head, fix your posture. Down. Keep your posture up. Down the leg, down the shin, down the knee, down the shin. Hip up. Looking forward. Hips down and rewind. One more time. Above the head, fix posture. Okay. Down. Hands, don't lose posture. Down the legs, down the knee, down the shin, hips up, down, and up. Good, all right? So, that is a very kind of by the book position for Koshinagi. Obviously, in our practice, it's difficult to maintain it, but it's in principle something that we should. All right, so now, what we're going to do now is to do our Koshinagi squats, which hopefully are going to kind of help on our legs strengthen a little bit, okay? We're going to do the same process, okay? But now without the jaw, just with our hands, okay? So our hands are going to be close to your body. They're going to go down the legs, into the knee, into the shin. Hips up, hands down in front, okay? Your hands will be floating a little bit. They probably are not touching the ground. So first of all, we will touch the ground. Just with the tip of your fingers, and then do a little bit of a few, Koshinagi position squats. Okay, just to get those legs to know how it feels to have that springiness. Not because you will do that in a Koshinagi, but just to develop a bit of strength on the legs to it. Okay, so good posture, good position. Hands and legs down to your knees, down to your shin, hips up, hands in front. Now touch it with the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep the hip up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and come on. One very important tip before we do our next set, whenever you are in a squatting position, okay, remember, and this happens with all the things that we do. When your eyes go, your head goes. When your head goes, your body goes. Okay, that's a very common reminder of basic anatomical alignments at the beginning. Eventually, that's not the case. Eventually, your eyes can look one way, and then your weight and your body can go another way. But in the beginning, when your eyes go, your head goes. And when your head goes, your body goes. Okay? So when you're in the squat position, that's why they recommend that when you're going to pick up something heavy from the ground, you look up to the sky and then move your body, because that means that you're adjusting your posture to pick something up. If you're going to pick up something heavy and you look at the object, okay, most likely you are going to pick it up this way, and then that's when you're going to hurt your back. So that's why looking up fixes your posture before doing the pickup. So when you are in this squat position, make sure to not look down towards the hand. Otherwise, that's what you're going to be doing. Your head is going to be looking down. Make sure to look forward, look up, and then that's going to fix a little bit your posture, okay, in that position. So pay attention to where you're looking when you're doing your squats, okay? But again, hands to your left legs, down to your knees, down your shin. Okay, hip out. Now make a fist. This time make a fist. You are going to touch with the knuckles of your fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. All right. That did look very gorilla-like. Okay, that's a sneak peek. The gorilla hoodies have arrived. So, our gorilla hoodies are going to be coming up pretty soon to all of you who order a gorilla hoodie. So they have arrived. I'm picking them up today. So that's very exciting. Okay, so they will be on their way pretty soon. All right. So next time, this time we did fingers, then we did the fist, we did this part. Now we're going to do the palm of the hand. It's going to touch the ground, okay, in the squats. Okay, hands on knees, down to your knees, down to your shin, hip out, eyes forward, hands in front, touch with the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. And again, that's kind of helping, hopefully a little bit for the strength of the legs, which will be useful to have when we perform Koshinage, not because we load too much on Koshinage, but because certain strength on the leg is important, even for that very small microsecond when we are actually loading or passing under someone. All right, last one. Now we did fingers, then we did knuckles, then we did palms. Now let's do our wrist. Let's see if we can put that wrist on the ground in the same position. Okay, in good posture, hands on your legs, down towards your knees, down towards your shin. Keep up, head forward, and with your wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and very good. All right. So hopefully this set of exercises, everything from your basic set of squats, your front squats, okay, your overhead squats, your deadlift position, eventually your Koshinage position, and then these little sets of leg bouncing squats or Koshinage squats, help us to provide a little bit of a guidance to what otherwise is a very sometimes poorly studied technique, which is Koshinage, and then therefore the problems that we have with the very basic structure of that technique. Then it comes the other side, which is the Ukemi-waza. We need another session to discuss that. Okay, so hopefully trying those front squats, those overhead squats, that very good disciplined deadlift position, adjusted to the necessities for your Koshinage, and practice safely if that's a technique that you're going to be practicing in your dojo. All right, let's finish up. Hey! Hey! Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much.